Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Tracy Woodson, of course, the head baseball coach at Richmond. How's it going?
Going great, Casey. Thanks for having me on here. Just a couple weeks away now.
All right, so let's talk about this upcoming season for you guys. What are we going to expect from the Spiders so far this year, and how have you guys looked so far?
Well, I think what we've been working on in our pitching staff, I think, has been our main issue the last couple of years, and we've kind of solidified that with some guys that we brought in and then some returners. So I'm hoping that's going to be one of our strengths this year. You can't win if you don't pitch, and we have to throw strikes and give our defense an opportunity to make plays. So we love what we have in the field defensively. So we've kind of tried to drill it into their heads that they got to throw the ball over the plate and let them put it in play.
So let's talk about that pitching staff for a second. Who are we going to see on the mound for you guys?
Well, we've got a lot of arms. I'll be honest. I don't know how many we're going to see of those guys, but I think the first weekend you're going to see Jeremy Neff, Brock Weirather, and Alden Mathis right now are probably I'm leaning towards those three guys as our starters, probably in that order. Jacob Marcus is a returner with a great arm. We've got to get him to he walked some guys and hit some batters last year. We've just got to get him back in the strike zone. It's a really good, 93 to 94 with a really wipeout slider, just his command. But he's had some really good outings here, throwing live the last couple of weeks. We've got a couple freshman arms that we like. Rob Reddy's going to probably be our closer. He's coming off he's about 18 months out of Tommy John. He opted out last year and took a gap year. So he's a 19-year-old freshman, but he's 93 to 95, and it is legit. Big kid, nothing bothers him. So we like that. Brendan Argomanis has been tremendous for us. You're going to probably see him a lot. It could be as a long guy, and if somebody falters, you could see him in the rotation. Jesse Heikkinen is a kid we've got from Michigan State as a grad guy. We didn't know really what to expect. He pitched with Jeremy and Jacob up in the Northwoods League in Traverse City, and they said, "Man, we really want this guy." We didn't know if we were going to get him or not, and kind of got him at the last second, and he's been really good. He was a draft pick out of high school, but I think he was hurt a lot up in Michigan State, but really throwing the ball well. So I think those are kind of the top arms. I've got other guys, and there's just so many. It's hard for me to name them all right now, and kind of what spots they're in, because we've told them, we're going to put you guys in a certain spot, and we want them to be, it's like a major league staff. You want to have your starters, your middle guys, your setup. We've got lefties that can throw to left-handed hitters. We've really never had the luxury of this many arms in the past.
So kind of going into that, take me around the diamond, tell me who's going to be at where position-wise.
Well, catchers, we've got four guys, and I don't think, I think probably Zach Lass is probably going to be the opening day starter behind the plate. We've got three other guys that they're gonna vie for the second spot. I think it comes down to if one of them hits a little bit extra, nobody's really ahead of each other defensively. They're all about the same and do a nice job. Will Gursky, a transfer from Georgetown, and Jake Elbery, one of our freshman position guys, are going to probably platoon at first to start. Andrew Papantonis, who is a grad transfer right now, is going to probably start at second. DJ Pacheco, another freshman, is going to get some time. So Jake and DJ are our two freshmen and position guys that we brought in. They're the only freshman position guys, and they are probably two of the better ones, a little bit more advanced, where freshmen have a difficult time even here at Richmond to get on the field. It's a different ball game. It's a faster game, and those two guys have picked it up pretty well. Jared Sprague-Ladd, who hit 400 last year for us as a freshman, I consider him one of the best shortstops in the country. He doesn't get that recognition, but he's that good. He'll be at shortstop, and then Dom Toso, who's played third base the last couple of years for us. He's a senior. He is actually really our only senior that their time is up because of the COVID extra year and stuff. So he'll be at third. In the outfield, we've got different guys. Johnny Hipsman in left. Alden Mathis, who is going to be our Sunday starter, will start in center field when he is not pitching, and he'll bat leadoff. And then we've got a grad guy, Christian Beal, who will play right and center, depending on if Alden's pitching. Chase Conklin's going to be in there somewhere. He's a small guy, man, but he is. You put him in the game, and he'll get a base hit. Before you know it, he's diving into second for a double. So those type of guys need to be on the field as well. So, there's some different things we can do, with the team defensively and offensively.
Yeah. So let's talk about where the Atlantic 10's at right now in terms of baseball. For people that don't know or follow that conference, what is that conference like to play just in and out of that?
Well, when you're down south, it's everybody's tough because down south, the teams, VCU and Davidson and St. Louis and Dayton are considered in our bracket, and GW and Mason. So that's kind of the southern schools. Really good baseball. It's hard to go in and win games. And then when you're talking about going up into late March and April, and we go to St. Bonaventure again this year, and I want to say it's the end of April. Yeah. I've been there 3 times in my 8 years here, and we've either had snow or rain late in the season. So it's cold. You've got to overcome that. Rhode Island, it's cold. Florida, it can be cold. So you're talking about 2 different areas of the country almost with the weather. And you got to be able to sustain it for three days and play good baseball. If not, you're going to get beat.
So really, what do you guys need to do really to get to where you guys need to go in the A10 to get to where you want to be?
We have to pitch. If we pitch, we've got a chance. There's no doubt. And we've got the arms. I think it's so hard now because you can go and you can see what everybody's got returning, but you just don't know what they've got transfer wise, whether it's a grad guy, whether it's a junior college kid or a straight up 1-year transfer guy. So people don't know what we have, and we don't know what some of these other schools have as well. But if we pitch, I think we've got the defense and we can score enough runs. We're going to be okay.
And finally, non-conference schedules. Who do you got? Some teams playing in the mix there for people?
Well, we open up in Charleston for a tournament. We play Army, Air Force, and Bucknell. Then the following weekend we have 2 teams coming in. We've got St. Thomas out of Minnesota who's just going D1. They either won the D3 World Series or were runner-up last year. So this is their first year D1. Sacred Heart is going to be the other team with that. And then we do a Central Virginia Challenge with William & Mary and VCU, and we have 3 teams coming in. It's Rutgers, Lafayette, and Princeton. So we'll play each of those teams. And then we have Villanova coming in for a 3-game set, and Cornell as well. And then midweek we go to James Madison. We do 2 games with James Madison, 2 with Towson. We go to Carolina and we go to Virginia. So those are big midweek games for us, and that's where we kind of find out where we're at with playing a Power 5 school.
All right. Well, Tracy Woodson, thank you so much for coming on and talking some Richmond baseball with us. Good luck this season. Let's have you on again sometime later this year.
Thanks, Casey. Anytime.